Skitolalians, Jeff Weinberger coming at you here with a new guitar tutorial. Today I'd like to talk about a lick that would be a nice one to play on an A7 chord, depending on the situation. If it were, say, a bluesier kind of situation or a jazzier kind of situation, this would be perfect. It's a little bit bebop. It has a little bit of those elements of bebop, but it's bluesy enough so it would work in kind of a blues or a rock situation too. Even bluegrass. There's all kinds of applications. So all I'm doing is I'm arpeggiating a G7 chord. I'm taking the notes of an A7 chord and spreading them out. So I have the note G, I have the note A, the 7th, the root, have the note C sharp, the 3rd, I have the note E, the 5th. These are all notes right in an A7 chord. And then I reach my pinky up to get G. That's the 7th. So you start on the 7th. Root, 3rd, 5th, 7th. Flatted 7th to be specific. So I'm playing the note G, the flatted 7th on my D string 5th fret. Grab the A note on the D string 7th fret. Play the C sharp on the 6th fret of your G string. Play the E note on the 5th fret of your E string. And finally, we play the G note on the 8th fret of your B string. I'm using this technique called sweep picking. It is just, this is a simple, easy sweep. This isn't one of those elaborate neoclassical 90s metal kind of deals like Dream Theater or something like that. This isn't extreme sweeping. This is just like usual jazz guy kind of sweeping. Kind of easy and accessible for just about anybody. You don't have to be a shred superhero to do this one. So I actually pick the note G back here, the starting note. And then when I pick the note A, I pick that on a down. I pick the next note C sharp on a down. I pick the note E on a down. And then finally when I get to G, I pick up. So there's a whole bunch of down picking going on there. Up, down, 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 up. Those 1, 2, 3 downs in a row. That's what the sweep is. You want that to be a single motion of your right hand. You don't want to pick up your picking hand and go pick, pick, pick. It's not 3 discrete separate motions. It's one sweeping down, almost like a strum. And that's why they call it sweep picking, because you're sweeping the pick across the strings. It's one motion like that with the wrist, as opposed to pluck, pluck, pluck. 3 separate motions. So that's the A7 arpeggio part. Then I threw in a little bit of bebop. I just did a little chromatic thing. I like to connect the 5th note of the scale and the 6th note of the scale like that, chromatically. 5, 6, and 7. Frets 5, 6, and 7. It's kind of a Charlie Parker lick. That's not the most original lick in the world. That comes right out of the bebop Bible of Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie and those guys. And then from there's so many places you can go. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book or something. You could go back here to D, D sharp and E, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret on your B string. That's very Charlie Parker right there. But another place you could go would be, which a lot of blues players do. I noticed B.B. King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Bonamassa, modern and older blues players used to do that a lot, where they would have their A7 arpeggio. And then they would add on top of that A sharp, B, that little chromatic run. That's a really good way to get a little bit of jazz into your rock playing or your blues playing. If you're doing some regular blues. So a lot like what a saxophone player or a trumpet player might play, but along with standard guitar licks, our usual that stuff we always do out of the A minor pentatonic and A minor blues scale, nothing fancy, nothing unusual, but add that one little twist to it. A little chromatic run, and that just adds a nice little pinch of jazz to it, just enough to hint at jazz, but not to go all the way into wearing a beret and smoking Gaulois cigarettes in a cafe or something. So now what we have is another alternative, which is what I actually did in the opening lick. I went, and then I went down on my G string. I like to sometimes do single string stuff where I use one string to get myself from one part of the guitar to the other. And that's how I did that. Those are notes right out of the Mixolydian mode, the A Mixolydian mode. C sharp on the 6th, B on the 4th, and A on the 2nd, G open. So that's 4 notes right out of the scale. And then I think I continued to climb. Yeah, I did something along those lines. Because I improvised it, I can't quite remember exactly what I did, but I'll show you as close as I can remember. And I like to, in A, the key of A or A Mixolydian, use those open strings, as many bluegrass players do too, and a lot of like chicken picking country guys on their Telecasters do this sort of thing, where you're using the A note on your G string 2nd fret, pulling it off to the open G, making that clash with the F sharp on the 4th string 4th fret. Maybe play the 2nd fret on the D string, which is the note E, pull that off and make that clash with the, it's a half step, make it clash with the C sharp on the A string, so that gives you... So there's a whole world of licks that you can talk about starting around there at the 2nd fret for an A7 chord, but sticking to our subject, we started here at the 5th fret, we just sort of wandered down to the 2nd. Million ways this lick could go. So I just wanted to get you started and show you that opening. And you can take it from there, wherever you want to go. Okay, Guitar-Lalians, I hope you enjoyed that little A7 lick, and hope that adds a little bit of jazz and blues spice to your playing. I will provide a tab. I'll leave a link right down below so you can get to it. It'll be on my Patreon page, where I will be making all of the tabs available for this new channel of mine. And you can subscribe for as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, and you will have access to each and every tab that I put out. And I plan on doing about one of these a week, so very quickly the value is gonna add up. And if you want to throw a little more in the tip jar, that's fine, but even $1 a month will get you in and get you all the great tabs. Okay, Guitar-Lalians, you take care. Bye-bye.